Hillary Clinton email scandal. Hundreds more emails have been discovered. These are about Libya. Some of them may relate to the Benghazi terror attacks. This ongoing scandal raising a lot of concerns among voters about Clinton's character. A new Fox News poll shows that 58% of registered voters believe Clinton is lying about how her emails were handled. Let's bring in Brendan Bordelon, the political reporter at the National Review. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's kick off with one of the things that we've seen come onto the scene in the last couple of weeks. One of the most important things we've seen. The FBI says they have been able to retrieve some of the emails that may have been deleted or wiped from that home server. Should the Clinton campaign be concerned that these may be not just the private emails that she suggested were wiped, but also professional emails?
Yeah, I think that's right. If you recall yesterday, the Department of Defense and the State Department Inspector General actually came out and said that contrary to the Hillary campaign's assertion that all of her professional emails were turned over, there are actually several emails between her and General Petraeus in 2009 that were not turned over. This is, as I said, not only is this something the Clinton campaign's been saying for months, this is actually something that she said under penalty of perjury before a court last month, that all of these emails were turned over. So I think there's an open question whether all of these professional emails have been turned over, and I think we're going to see, as the FBI goes through, that there are extra emails on the server.
It seems like things are slowly beginning to surface. We had the Sid Blumenthal email turned over when there was a subpoena before the House Select Committee, so we knew that those emails existed as well. There's also these 900 Libya-related emails that now suddenly the Benghazi Committee will be able to get a look at. How much of a concern should that be?
So there's actually only a small number of these emails that are directly related to Benghazi. The State Department said that they were trying to be overly inclusive in this document dump by including all of these Libya emails for, I guess, the year surrounding the Benghazi attacks. That having been said, the State Department said for months and months that all of these emails were turned over. It's unclear why the State Department has decided to now turn over these additional emails. It has been a lot of concern that the State Department is covering for Hillary Clinton and, to be frank, for a lot of the State Department management that also would be implicated in this issue. But I think maybe just the sheer number of eyeballs now on this story has forced the State Department to be more compliant with these kinds of rules.
Yeah, Jamal Ware, a spokesperson for the Select Committee on Benghazi, actually said it's curious the department is suddenly able to be more productive after recent staff changes. So do you think that, how do you feel about the level of cooperation at the State Department? Is it changing?
It does seem to be getting better. I think the Benghazi Committee isn't exactly holding their breath at this point, because for months and months they have engaged in, not just with the Benghazi Committee, but with the intelligence community, with their own Inspector General, this campaign to kind of slow roll this thing, to deny that the top secret documents that the intelligence community and the CIA have found actually are top secret, to deny that they were classified at the time. The State Department says they were classified after the fact. That might be changing. There have been staff changes. There have been a new kind of push to take out the old people that might be implicated in this and bring in fresh eyes. We'll see.
Shifting gears now to Clinton's announcement regarding the Keystone Pipeline. In her own words, let's take a listen.
And I feel now I've got a responsibility to you and other voters who ask me about this. And I think it is imperative that we look at the Keystone Pipeline as what I believe it is, a distraction from the important work we have to do to combat climate change, and unfortunately, from my perspective, one that interferes with our ability to move forward to deal with all the other issues. Therefore, I oppose it.
There you go, letting the suspense build. What are your thoughts on the timing of her revealing now her thoughts on Keystone?
So the Keystone Pipeline, contrary to the Republican Party, where it's kind of seen as a no-brainer, it splits the Democratic Party. So you have the environmentalists on one side who are very much opposed to the pipeline. They see it as a furtherance of the oil industry. They see it as something contributing to climate change. And then you have the unions who see it as a boon to union construction jobs, as boon to various jobs in the petroleum industry. They see it as an economic lifeline for them. So this is something that Hillary Clinton has to walk a fine line on, and I think it's telling that she chose, I think it was within the hour of the Pope landing in Washington, to do this when all of the cameras were on the Pope. I think she's kind of hoping that this can slide under the radar, particularly with the unions, and that she can get the environmentalist vote while avoiding any union backlash.
All right, thank you so much, Brendan. We really appreciate you joining us here today.